Hi everyone, welcome to How to Electronics. This is a getting started tutorial on Microsoft Azure IoT Hub. Earlier, I made a couple of videos on Imagine AWS IoT core using ESP8266 and ESP32. The Azure IoT Hub is a similar cloud platform from Microsoft. Azure IoT Hub is a managed service hosted in the cloud that acts as a central message hub for communication between an IoT application and its attached devices. You can connect millions of devices and their backend solution reliably and securely. Almost any devices with internet connectivity can be connected to an IoT hub. In this getting started guide, I'll be using DHT11 humidity and temperature sensor along with NodeMCU ESP8266 �11 board. We'll be setting up an Azure IoT Central and creating templates and devices. Finally, we'll upload the DHT11 sensor data and visualize it on Azure dashboard. This tutorial is going to be very useful for all the beginners who want to learn about Azure IoT Hub. So without getting any further delay, let's get started. Do you want professional PCB like this one that looks so good? Then use the services of NextPCB. You can select the board size, any solder color marks that you want, including something like red and green. You can select the thickness, and the PCB could be from 2 to 32 layers for some more complex design. The finish quality is so good, and if you want better connectivity, you could also select some gold finish for the pads. The ordering process is so easy. Just go to nextpcb.com, then quit now. Insert your design setting, upload your Garbor file, and order now, and receive the PCB in couple of days. Welcome back again. Now the first thing that we need in this project is Wi-Fi enabled chip. For this, NodeMCU ESP8266 is best. And for the sensor part, we'll be using the DHT11 humidity and temperature sensor. And we'll also need female to female jumper wires for connecting DHT11 with NodeMCU. So here is the connection diagram. Connect the ground to ground, VCC to 3V3 and the digital pin to D4, that is GPIO2 of NodeMCU. You can either connect directly with the jumper wires or maybe you can use a breadboard for the connection part. Now let's move to the practical part. So go to the Google Chrome or any other web browser and look for Azure IoT Hub. So here is the first link. So click on the first link here. So now you need to create an account. Now to create an account, you need a Microsoft account. You can either create a Microsoft account using Hotmail or maybe you can use an Outlook. So I have already a Microsoft account. So I'll be signing in here using a Microsoft account. So for the 12 month, it is free. But to sign up for the Azure account, you need a credit card or a debit card. Remember, no any money is reduced or deducted from your account. But for enabling the Azure services, you need a debit card. Here is the Azure portal. So initially, you will be getting a $200 credit balance. You can use this for your application purpose. Now, in the search bar, search for IoT Central application. Click on this first link. Now we need to create a application here. So click on create. Now in the create part, so we have to first fill the project details. So in the subscription part, select the plan that you created. For example, you can select Azure subscription 1. And in the resource group, you need to add a group, but no groups are added, so create a group. Now we'll be naming this group as How to Electronics. Then click on OK. In the instant details, you need to give a resource any name. For example, I'll be giving a name as my DHT11, and in the application URL, give any name. I'll be naming it same again. So the link will be my DHT Azure IoT Central.com. Now in the template part, you need to create a template. For example, I'll be selecting a custom application, and in the region part, select your nearest region. Like I am staying in Southeast Asia region, so I'll be selecting Southeast Asia. In the pricing plan, select anything you want. Now click on review plus create. So it will take a couple of minutes and the validation is passed. Now click on create. So the deployment is in progress. So it might take couple of minutes. So finally the device is deployed and the deployment is successful, as you can see here. Now what we need is we need to go ahead. So for that, click on go to resources. Now here we have a resource, like we have a resource group name, subscription ID, and the status that is succeeded. On this right side you can see a link called IoT Central application URL. Just click on this link, so a new tab will open with the device name. Now here we need to first create a device template before creating a device. So click on device template on the left side and here click on create a device template. Now here are so many devices template that is already created by so many other manufacturers and distributors. We don't need this, as we'll be creating our own device. So click on IoT device and click on next customize. Give the template any name. For example, I will be naming it at my DHT11. Then click on next and then click on create. So model need to be selected here. So in order to select a model, select custom module. So application has been updated here. Now we need to add a capability. Now in order to add a capability, click on add capability and here give a display name. For example, I will be naming it as temperature and the name automatically temperature will be taken. In the capability part, put it as a telemetry, and in the semantic type we have a default variable called temperature. Do the same thing for the humidity. In the humidity part, I will be selecting relative humidity. So now click on save here. Now go on views and select general default views and then click on general default dashboard views. So the views has also been created. Now if you go to the our views tab, here you will see three graph, like one is the temperature humidity, the other is the temperature, and the third one is the humidity graph. Literally you can modify the title, x-axis, y-axis, and the data range and the interval range and the telemetry or whatever capability you can add, you can update it from here. Now you can also do the same thing for the temperature part. You can increase or decrease the size. You can put up to decimals or whatever you can do for it. Now in the visualization part, just select last non-value. This is important. Also do the same thing for humidity. Just select last non-value. Okay. Now it's done. You can also select the size. Now click on publish here. So a publish dialog box will appear. So click on publish again. Now go to the devices part, as we have already created a template. Now we need to create a device. To do this, click on add a device. Now give device any name. For example, I'll be naming it as my DHT11. Also give a device ID. And from here, select the device template. I'll be selecting the device template which I created a couple of minutes ago. Now in the device ID, you can give any name to distinguish your device. Click on create. So our device with the name my DHT11 has been created here. Now click on this device and here you can see in the about section there are no any capabilities added. Now if you go to the overview section, here you will be seeing the three visualization box, that is temperature, humidity, temperature and humidity. In the raw data, we will be receiving the data from the sensor. Now here click on connect. Now when you click on connect, you will get device connection group as ID, scope, my device, authentication type, key as primary and secondary key. You will also get a QR code here. So it's just like a plug and play option from which you can connect a device to the IoT Central securely. But for now, we'll be connecting it using a key. All of the thing is done from this end. Now go to this GitHub repository. So there is a guy called 𝗣𝗿𝗁 𝗷𝗲𝗰𝗁. So he has created a complete repository for NodeMCU to Azure IoT Central. You can just download this project code, whatever is needed right now. So after downloading, open this zip file and extract it to your desktop or anywhere you want. Now when you open this folder, you will get a source folder. Now the source folder will be having so many files, like it will be having Arduino files for the PubSub client function, and it will be also having common files used for uploading the code in JSON format to Azure IoT Hub. What you need is, we need to open this DHT file. Now this is the main code used in this project. Now here is the complete code. So in this code part, we need to modify something. Now the first modification that we need is, we need to make a change to Wi-Fi SSID. Enter your Wi-Fi SSID here. Then enter your Wi-Fi password. Now in the scope ID, we need to copy so this is the scope ID from the Azure Central. Just copy and paste it here. We also need to copy and paste the device ID. So my device ID in my DHT11. So just copy and paste it here. Now in the device key part, we need to copy the primary key and paste it over here. So the primary key is also pasted here. Now when you go down in the loop section, you will see how the DHT11 temperature and humidity is read, and in this post function we will see two variables as temperature and humidity. Remember, these two variables are very important. If you want to add third variables, you can just follow this format. So the coding part is done. Now what we need to do is go to the tools, and from the tools select board manager. In the board manager part, type ESP8266. Now here I have selected 2.7.4 version of ESP8266 as the latest version is unable to work. So install 2.7.4 version as compilation issue has occurred when I selected the other versions. Now go to tools, and from this board list select NodeMCU 1.0 board. Then connect your NodeMCU to the computer. From the tools select the port. Now click on upload to upload the code. Now once the code is uploaded, open the serial monitor. So it will go through all the process of connecting to Wi-Fi and establishing the connection with the Azure IoT Central. So once connected, it will show some of the host name, operation ID, and the username and the password for assessing connection. So the device has been connected successfully. So you can say the event was received and the payload of temperature and humidity has been successfully sent and has been received by the Azure dashboard. Now where we can visualize this data? In order to visualize this data, now go to your Azure Central dashboard. So here you can see the temperature is 30.6 and the humidity is 53.00. So on this left raw data part, you can see the raw data has been updated or connected, and the event creation time, every details are here, and you can see a connected message is appearing here. You can change this visualize option, or if you don't want, you can simply remove it. If you go to the raw data, there will be a series of sequence where data are uploaded here. So this is how we can get started with Azure IoT Hub Central and send the data of any sensor using the ESP8266 to the Azure IoT Hub. The complete details of this project has been uploaded in the website articles of How to Electronics. You can get the source code, diagram, and all the detailed procedure on connecting the device with the Azure IoT Hub. I hope this tutorial has cleared so many doubts. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe our channel for more such videos.